Hello everyone, and welcome to our game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Regulator 1, and he is in the Conqueror, the tier 10 British battleship. He is on the map the Atlantic in a 3-point domination game mode. Well, it's obviously a tier 10 battle, and well, a lot of destroyers around, no carrier, so basically the usual. We have some enemy destroyers here caught in the center. They are spotted, so potentially raided by the Baltimore, I suppose. The friendly team is mostly here in the center, but they have destroyers on every capture point. The center looks pretty good. They got rid of one enemy destroyer. Not so sure how the other points will go. They kinda lack support. Now don't worry, this won't be a game where the Conqueror sits at long ranges and spams high explosive for the whole match. Don't worry, there will be brawling and it will be epic. Now nice wall of torpedoes coming this way, but 2 enemy destroyers already taken down, so pretty good start for the friendlies. Maybe the New Orleans here in the north can raid us here. Then again, the Yugumo is the biggest gunboat. There is an enemy horn there, so I'm not having high hopes for the north, and well, the Shimakaze in the south was already forced out of the point, looks like. So while the friendlies are decisively winning the center, they might be losing just the flanks. But you know, Cyclone is coming in, and the friendlies do have a very big ship advantage with 2 enemy destroyers gone. So I'd say it's looking pretty good regardless. Now, I think the best course for the friendly team would probably be to just take C. Because with the way their ships are positioned, they could easily push in there. There aren't many enemy ships. They have a destroyer who is still somewhat close up there. So if they would just decisively push north, I feel like it would be best for the friendlies. And there are, well, a few ships going up there. Now, Regulator here is just holding his position and doing what Conquerors do best, spamming high explosive at enemies. But the Cyclone is coming, 2.5 minutes until it starts, and we will see what happens then. In a Cyclone, positioning is even more important than normally, I'd say, in a way. Because if you are outside of 8 kilometers of enemy ships, you just can't do anything. And this means the option to support friendly ships is a bit limited. And if you are just too far behind, then so the friendly Yugumo, I don't know why he is so far up the north in the A line. I mean, he kind of cornered himself, he probably beached himself, he is close to a horn. He's probably going down, maybe he can get the torpedoes off those. The friendly support ships here are slowly making their way up there, but they aren't pushing C, and I'm not sure why. I mean, okay, there's a destroyer there, but they have radar with them. And there aren't really any ships stopping the capital ships from just moving in there. The enemy team is so focused on the south that the north is basically up there for the taking. So Yugumo went down. The Yugumo should never have gone so far up in the north in the first place, and then I guess he beached himself. But it happens. The friendlies up here in the north are very careful to not actually go into an objective. And you know, the friendly lead they had is basically gone by now. They've also lost 2 destroyers, and now with only holding the center position they are behind. And they really should make... well, they really should try to do something. I mean, pushing C shouldn't be very hard. There's a Fletcher coming in. And with friendly capital ships actually pushing in there, it's only a matter of time until they get this point, I suppose. Now meanwhile, our Conqueror here is just sitting, spamming high explosive and farming damage, as you'd expect. He is putting a lot of hurt on the enemy team. And probably discouraging them from making a push. And now finally the cyclone has arrived. And well, the cyclone will lead to a lot of close quarters action. Now also, I might add, the Conqueror here, he is in a very nice position actually, because he is close to the cap, the only one they control. He has a lot of enemy ships to fire on. And he is certainly defending this center. Looks like the gearing escaped. That's unfortunate. Now, teams are equal ship-wise. Both have lost 3 destroyers by now. The friendlies are finally blaming the north. But now it depends on how fast the enemy team will actually realize that they could push northwards. With the cyclone, those forces in the north won't be able to help the center. And if the enemy pushes in now fast, they have certainly a window of opportunity to pull this around. Now there is in North Carolina coming this way, and the way he is sailing, he is completely broadside, and he will probably remain that way. So wisely, Regulator is loading armor piercing. So he is prepared for this North Carolina, who will, well, I mean, what else is he going to do? He wants to go into that cap, and if he comes around this island, he kinda has to show broadside, unless he wants to turn away and not go into the cap. So also, I don't think that North Carolina actually expects a Conqueror with armor piercing loaded here. He is briefly spotted. Wally is on the way, and that's why you load armor piercing. That was pretty nice. Unfortunately, he is broadside himself, and he did not finish off the North Carolina. Return volley wasn't that bad. Now he should be able to reload his guns and sink the North Carolina before any further return shots are fired. So shots are in the air, and that worked. But, you know, next North Carolina here, unfortunately he's broadside to that North Carolina as well. And he is turning away. There is a Bismarck coming in for support. But probably still too far away to join in the battle just now. Also, if you see those shots being fired and the gun's not fully turned yet, that's just a replay bug. Now with the Bismarck here, and well, there's a Fletcher incoming in the New Orleans, this North Carolina is all alone so far. So, poor North Carolina. Now, our Conqueror here has switched back to high explosive, and angled North Carolina. High explosive is the better choice. Obviously he starts a fire, he's a Conqueror. And this North Carolina is getting pummeled here. He switches back to armor piercing because he expects to have a broadside to shoot at soon. Looks like the North Carolina is doing some angling though, but he is on so low health that the armor piercing should finish him off. If he gets a nice hit in. He is turning, but... So, there is a high caliber and the next customer. It's so nice if they come in one by one, isn't it? Now we have Kurfürst. Kurfürst, obviously an excellent brawler. And yeah, that broadside here just got punished. It looks like every enemy ship appears just in a way that they can punish the broadside of our poor Conqueror here. But then again, it's not like the Kurfürst is angling himself, and he paid for that. Now it looks like the Bismarck is joining in on the fun here. And this Kurfürst, yeah, he's having some trouble now. It looks like the Kurfürst... No, the Kurfürst is focusing him, right? But this Kurfürst is going down pretty soon, and look at it! Just as the Kurfürst is about to go down, the next ship appears. Just coming in one by one. Awfully nice of them. Now he has high explosive loaded right now because of this angled Kurfürst. And goes back to armor piercing immediately just to deal with this Baltimore. His HP are getting low, but in 50 seconds we will have another heal. Also, ship-wise, still pretty even. Points-wise also pretty even. The friendlies have an advantage with holding 2 cap zones though. And oh, look at this. A gearing is joining in on the fun. But that gearing ventured too close, and he just got taken care of. Now, still a bit of a dicey situation, brawling with 3 ships at a time, that's not ideal. There is still the Bismarck for backup, but the heal is almost ready. 1 turret is currently damaged. That's not very helpful. But that Baltimore should go down. Bismarck is helping with the Baltimore. And now there are just 2 battleships remaining. The heal is ready and the Izumo is showing broadside. What else would the Izumo be doing, right? Because he just really likes to get punished, I suppose. And there are the citadels. Down goes an Izumo that just leaves the Conqueror remaining. So I guess the question is who can sink that Conqueror? Also the Kraken's unleashed. And oh wait, 1 turret is permanently destroyed here? Oh well, it's not like there is an awful lot of game left. And yes, here we are with the results. Regular Dawn 1 managed to earn himself a Confederate, a Dreadnought, a Kraken and a High Caliber, scoring 314,000 points of damage. And yeah, he managed 6 kills. So in the beginning he just sat there close to the cap and basically defended and farmed enemies. And when the cyclone hit, he went in, he made use of his armor piercing when he needed to, and he just absolutely wrecked everything he came across. So I hope you enjoyed this brawling, and I'll see you guys next time.